This is session 8. Hi students. So far we discussed alkyl halides, methods of preparation and physical properties. Now we are going to discuss chemical properties of alkyl halides. Alkyl halides can be converted into many other functional groups because of halogen is good leaving group. So in alkyl halides Rx, this X will be easily replaced. There are so many reactions. Let us see few reactions here. Upon treatment with aqueous base, why we need to use aqueous base only? Because of aqueous base promotes substitution. If you are using alcoholic base, then it leads elimination. We will discuss a little bit later how could we know that whether substitution or elimination, which product is major, that we will discuss. Now aqueous base X minus will be displaced by OH minus, then we are getting product ROH plus X minus, means alkyl halides convert into alcohols. When we are using sodium alkoxide, this one OR minus acts as a nucleophile, OR minus displaces X minus. Since OR minus displaces X minus, here we are getting product ROR and NaX. If you observe here, alkyl halide is basically non-polar. Alkyl halide basically non-polar, which is insoluble in water. Whereas the one which we are using as a nucleophile, that is ionic one. That means it is soluble in water. Means this one is soluble in non-polar solvents and this ionic one is soluble in polar solvents. So preferably for all these nucleophilic substitution reactions, these reactions what we called nucleophilic substitution. Why? One nucleophile displaced by another nucleophile. So for all these nucleophilic substitution reactions, we are preferably use aqueous alcohol, both solvents. So because alcohol can dissolve, mix with water in all proportions, hence when we are using alkyl halide and ionic substance, both can be dissolved in there. So remember that we are using aqueous ethanolic solvent. Preferably we are using. Now SH, we are getting RSH thiol and NaX or X minus. Similarly SR displaces X minus, then we are getting thioether RSR and X minus. Upon reaction with ammonia, here also X will be displaced by NH2 of ammonia, then we are getting RNH2 plus HX. And NaN3, azide ion structure N double bond N, here plus minus, it has one more resonance structure N triple bond N, here -2 and +1 like this. So one of the N minus attacks upon this positively charged carbon here Rx, X negative charge, R positive charge, this negatively charged X will be displaced by N3 minus attacks upon N3 minus attacks upon Rx, we are getting alkyl azide. Similarly acetylides, here RC triple bond C minus Na plus monosodium acetylides. Here earlier this one is a terminal alkyne. Upon reaction with sodium metal we are getting metal acetylides, and this one has negatively charged one which acts as now nucleophile. It displaces X minus, then we are getting product RC triple bond Cr. That means earlier they were terminal alkynes, now converted into internal alkynes. Terminal alkynes converts into internal alkynes. Upon treatment with KCN, aqueous ethanolic KCN, here Cn minus we are using. This Cn minus acts as now nucleophile and it displaces X minus, resultant we are getting RC triple bond N. Similarly RCOO minus carboxylic acid salt, this O minus displaces X minus, then we are getting RC double bond OR, which is ester. And triphenyl phosphine, here also phosphorus acts as a neutral nucleophile, and by utilizing its lone pair of electron of phosphorus, and it donates its electron to the electrophilic carbon and displaces X minus, then we are getting RpPH3 plus X minus. So in all these reactions, it is very clear one of the negatively charged species is going to displace X minus. Displaced one as a negative charge and displaces one negative charge. The one which we are using generally, that is negative charge. So these negatively charged species what we called nucleophiles, and nucleophiles here from all these examples it is very clear. OH minus negative charge is there, OR minus negative charge is there, SH minus also negative charge is there, but NH3 do not possess any negative charge. It utilizes its lone pair of electron, and here in PPH3 also, triphenyl phosphine also, phosphorus utilizes its lone pair. So in order to become a nucleophile, the species must and should be electron rich. So it need not possess always negative charge. Whether it may possess a negative charge or a neutral, ultimately it must and should possess a lone pair of electrons. So the one which is electron rich, that acts as nucleophile. So nucleophiles are two types. One is charged one, another one is neutral one. Alright. Now in all these cases, all the alkyl halide, from alkyl halides X minus displaced by this nucleophile. Now is it possible for all for all nucleophiles? Generally strong nucleophile can displace a weak nucleophile. Only strong nucleophile can displace a weak nucleophile. We cannot expect ROH plus X minus. If I am going to explain, X minus attacks upon this electrophilic carbon and OH comes out as OH minus. We cannot say like that, because OH minus is a strong nucleophile and X minus is a weak nucleophile. A strong nucleophile cannot be displaced by weak nucleophile. So in such a manner reverse reaction do not takes place. So in case of preparation of alkyl halides from alcohols, we discussed that OH minus is weak nucleophile. Direct displacement or substitution is not possible. In order to make that weak leaving tendency OH, we need to convert into good leaving tendency. For that what we did? We make that protonation in acid medium by using HI, right, or HX. So then this oxygen gets protonated and it converts into OH2 plus, then it converts as a good leaving group. And in such a case X minus can displace that one, or else we use that phosphorus halides PCl3, PBr3, PI3, PCl5, or instead of that red phosphorus and halogen. So in all that cases what we make, in order to we convert just poor leaving tendency OH into good leaving tendency. One more method also we discuss, Lucas reagent method. Lucas reagent is concentrated HCl and 1 anhydrous ZnCl2 in 1:1 ratio. So in such a case also oxygen donates its lone pair of electron to vacant d orbital of zinc and it converts into good leaving tendency group, right? So a strong nucleophile only can displace weak nucleophile, but weak nucleophile cannot displace strong nucleophile. That's why reverse reactions are not possible, only forward reaction is possible. Now ultimately breaking of CX bonds in alkyl halides depends upon two factors, of which one is covalent bond strength of CX bond. How much strong that CX bond? If CX bond strength is weak, if CX bond is weak, then that can be easily displaced by another nucleophile. If CX bond is much strong, then that halide ion cannot be displaced by other nucleophiles. Let us take here CF bond energy is more than CCl, which is more than CBr, and which is more than CI. So how do we know these all bond energies? Again, with increase in size of the halogen atom, bond length increases and bond energy decreases. With increase in size of the halogen atom from chlorine to chlorine, chlorine to bromine, bromine to iodine, what happened? Size increases. With increase in size of the halogen atom, bond length increases. Bond length is inversely proportional to generally bond energy. That is one way of explanation. CF bond is more strong. So CF bond is more strong, chemically, thermodynamically more stable. Hence the energy required to break CF is very high. That's why it is very difficult to displace F minus from alkyl fluorides. In other words, ease of displacement of F minus is less than Cl minus, less than Br minus, less than I minus. Why? Because their bond energies CF is greater than CCl greater than CBr greater than Ci. Now let's come to the second factor, relative stability of halide ions. What is meant by this stability of halide ions? So I am going to consider Hi, as we know that this is a strong acid. Being a strong acid, it has a more tendency to donate proton in one way, and in other words, it want to lose its proton, it want to exist as H minus, isn't it? Strong acid means has more tendency to donate proton. So even though by leaving proton, by donating proton, it can exist. That means I minus, I can say it is stable. Since strong acid conjugate is generally weak base. Being weak base, it is more stable. Understand? Here strong acid has more tendency to donate H plus, and I minus, it can survive or sustain even though H plus is not there. Let us consider HF. HF, we know that weak acid. What is meant by weak acid? It has less tendency to donate proton. Less tendency to donate proton means by giving its proton, it cannot exist. So it cannot exist as F minus. In other words, it cannot exist without having a proton. It cannot exist without having any positive charge. That means F minus we can say less stable. Now again go to that form. So if we displaces F minus from alkyl fluoride, that F minus has to come out and it has to exist as singly F minus. But what I said, as F minus it is not stable. That's why F minus displacement is very difficult. Whereas if you come to I minus, in case of I minus, here I minus, even though it comes out, it exists as I minus and it can stable. It can be stabilized. That's why I minus can be easily displaced. From the above two factors, leaving tendency of X minus is I minus greater than, Br minus greater than, Cl minus greater than F minus. So this is a leaving group, leaving tendency. That means you can easily displace iodide rather than a bromide, than chloride, than fluoride. So in previous examples, whatever we discussed here, OH minus displaces X minus and SH minus displaces X minus, OR minus displaces X minus, we discussed like that. So now let us consider these four reactants with alkyl halide reaction. What are the products you are expecting? So with KCN, aqueous ethanolic solvent. So why I mentioned that aqueous ethanolic? Because of ethanol and means alcohol and water both are miscible with each other in all proportions, and this mixture is good solvent for both covalent alkyl halides and ionic like KCN, KNO2 like this, right? Now with the aqueous ethanolic KCN, we are getting, say, KCN readily dissociates as K plus and Cn minus. K plus and Cn minus. Now it is very clear Cn minus is ambidentate ligand, right? What is meant by ambidentate nucleophile? Ambidentate nucleophile. What is meant by ambidentate nucleophile? So it has a lone pair upon both nitrogen and carbon. Upon both nitrogen and carbon. So it can donate its lone pair from carbon and also it can donate its lone pair from nitrogen. It has two donor centers. Even though it has two donor centers, but it can donate from only one center. Such type of nucleophiles what we called ambidentate nucleophiles. Ambidentate nucleophile means the nucleophile which has two donor centers, but it is not going to donate lone pair from both centers. It will donate from only one center, either from carbon or from nitrogen. So in such a case, this is what we call ambidentate nucleophile. Now Cn minus is ambidentate nucleophile. In case of KCN, K plus Cn minus, it readily is going to break. Now we are getting product here RC triple bond N plus Kx. That means here carbon only donates electron pair to electrophilic carbon of alkyl halide. That means there will be a new bond formation between two carbon atoms. One carbon of cyanide and one carbon of alkyl group. And in this case, nitrogen also is going to take part. That's why we can say cyanide is major product. Along with that, RNC there is a possibility, and this is a minor product. Now question is, why cyanide is major and isocyanide is minor? Because of CC bond is strong bond compared to NC bond. In isocyanide or isonitrile, NC bond, here in cyanide or nitriles, CC bond formation. Of these two, this one is major, cyanide or nitrile is major, isocyanide or isonitrile is minor. Why cyanide is major here? Because of CC bond is strong bond. Now let's come to AgCN. In case of AgCN, AgCN, we are not expecting that Ag plus Cn minus readily, this bond is not going to dissociate readily as Ag plus and Cn minus. Because of the metallic nature of Ag relatively compared to this potassium or sodium is less, hence silver carbon bond has a little more covalent character compared to Kc bond. Here potassium is 1A group element. Being 1A group element, it is most metallic and it readily dissociates that bond and exists as K plus. But such tendency compared to K plus, Ag plus is less. That's why we can say AgC bond is more covalent. Because of more covalent nature of AgC bond, it is not going to break. Meanwhile, nitrogen is going to take part in the reaction. With Rx. Then again here you are getting two products, RCN if carbon involves and RNC if nitrogen involves. But here RNC is the major product and RCN is a minor product. Why RNC is a major product rather than RCN? Because here there is no free carbon anion. Like in case of KCN what exists, such it does not exist here. And still AgC bond has a more covalent nature, whereas Kc bond is more ionic nature here. Since it is more ionic nature, it can readily dissociate into K plus and Cn minus. In case of AgCN, AgC bond is more covalent. That's why this dissociation is relatively less. That means availability of negative charge upon this carbon is less. Meanwhile, this nitrogen is going to take part in the reaction with alkyl halide. That means nitrogen is going to donate electron pair to alkyl carbon, alkyl halide carbon, electrophilic carbon. Resultant NC is a major product than Cn minus. Now, can you verify which one is major and which one is minor in this case? So when we are using KNO2 and AgNO2, which product is major and which product is minor? Check yourself. And the products what we are getting here are NO2, nitroalkanes, RONO, alkyl nitrides. So nitroalkanes and alkyl nitrides, these two are the products. So now my question is, which one is major and which one is minor in both cases? And my second question is, if we are going to use polar protic solvents, then what will be the major products? This question you need to answer later, not now. Polar protic solvents when we are using like dimethyl formamide, dimethyl sulfoxide, acetonitrile, such type of solvents when we are using, what product you are getting major in all these cases, you need to check yourself after completion of substitution reactions, you need to verify that. So, alkyl halides undergoes nucleophilic substitution reactions. For that nucleophilic substitution reactions, what we are using? Negatively charged species. That negatively charged species are nothing but electrophiles, nucleophiles. So electron rich. Since they are electron pair donors, they are also called as Lewis bases. That means when we consider a reaction of ethyl bromide with OH minus, generally what we are expecting, so far what we discussed based on that, OH minus has to attack upon halogen containing carbon. So why this carbon, sir? Why not this carbon? Because of this halogen more electronegative compared to carbon. This one pulls bond pair of electron towards itself. Resultant, this Br acquires partial negative charge and this carbon acquires partial positive charge. Now this is what we call electrophilic carbon. Halogen containing carbon is electrophilic carbon. So electrophile can approach to this carbon, but it cannot approach to this carbon. Hence we are expecting that product CH3, CH2OH and leaves Br minus. Of course, Br minus is conjugate of strong acid HBr, so it is more stable, this reaction takes place. Now, for the same situation, I am going to explain in a different way, like CH2H, CH2Br. Now, whatever we discussed, Br is more electronegative, this one pulls electron towards itself, resultant it acquires partial negative charge and this carbon acquires partial positive charge. Whenever partial positive charge is developed upon this carbon, with respect to this halogen containing carbon, alpha carbon containing hydrogens are participating in hyperconjugation. If it possesses any alkyl group, then they are electron releasing group, right? So there is a possibility to migrate or shift that sigma bond electrons towards this one, resultant here it gets partial positive charge. Now here we can see there are two positions which bears positive charge. One is halogen containing carbon and the second one is adjacent to the carbon, means next carbon to a halogen containing carbon. Now halogen containing carbon, if you consider alpha and this carbon will be beta. Now OH minus, there are two possibilities. It may attack upon this positively charged hydrogen and this may attack upon positively charged carbon. Now if it attacks upon positively charged carbon, you are getting the same product CH3, CH2OH only. Whereas if it attacks upon that hydrogen, then these electrons will be shifted like this and this Br will leave away. Resultant we are getting product CH2 double bond CH2 plus H2O plus Br minus. See, in both reactions Br comes out as a Br minus, no doubt in that one. But difference is here alcohol is product, ethyl alcohol is product, whereas here alkene is product, ethene is product. So one is what we called simply displacement of Br minus by OH minus, that what we called substitution, also called this is a nucleophile substituted, that's why nucleophilic substitution or nucleophilic displacement, SN or DN reactions, this is what we called SN and DN reactions. And here in this case elimination takes place, nothing but dehydrohalogenation takes place. So one is elimination, another one is substitution. Let us represent here. This one is alkyl halide. This alkyl halide, upon approach of a nucleophile, this nucleophile approaches to this electrophilic carbon. Since it bears a partial negative charge, it bears partial positive charge, then nucleophile approaches to the positive charge and it displaces that X minus. So this reaction what we call a nucleophilic substitution reaction. And the second one, B minus, this B minus, instead of approaching this carbon, positively charged carbon, here it approaches to the adjacent carbon containing hydrogen, resultant these electrons shifted like this and X comes out as X minus. This reaction what we call the elimination reaction. So there are two possibilities, one is substitution, another one is elimination. Now in elimination reaction this B minus acts as a base. So being a base, it seeks proton instead of any positive charge. What is the difference between base and a nucleophile? Base seeks proton but not any positive charge, and a nucleophile it seeks a positive charge but not a proton. So a nucleophile prefers to attack upon positively charged carbon, positively charged carbon, partially positively charged carbon rather than partially positively charged hydrogen. Whereas base prefers to attack partially positively charged hydrogen rather than partially positively charged carbon. In both cases, both this halogen containing carbon and adjacent carbon containing hydrogen, both are going to bear partial positive charge. But nucleophile prefers to attack upon partially positively charged carbon and base prefers to attack upon partially positively charged hydrogen. So this leads substitution. So nucleophilic substitution, and this one leads elimination. Now, most nucleophiles are often basic. Actually, there is no distinction like you should act as only base, you should act as only nucleophile. We cannot discriminate like that. So here species, always almost all nucleophiles, obviously they possess basic nature. Because of nucleophile basic definition is the one which is electron rich. Basic definition is the one which has tendency to donate electron pair, Lewis base, or the one which has tendency to accept proton. So the condition required for both base and nucleophile looks like same. Here almost all nucleophiles are often basic, and you are getting both products. What are the both products? One is a substitution product, another one is elimination product. That means wherever substitution takes place, their elimination also takes place. So only 100% elimination is highly difficult, 100% substitution is highly difficult. I am repeating, wherever substitution takes place, their elimination also takes place. Converse of this statement also true. Means wherever elimination takes place, their substitution also takes place, right? So these two products always you are getting combinedly, but which product is major and which product is minor, that depending upon the conditions what we are going to provide, what conditions we are going to provide, what temperature we are maintaining. Preferably elimination is thermodynamic product. That means elimination is thermodynamic product, means which takes place at a little high temperature. So at high temperature thermodynamic product is major, whereas substitution is kinetic product. Kinetic product means the one which takes place fast, generally takes place at low temperature. So the product which comes fast, that is substitution. That product which you are getting at high temperature is elimination. So like that, conditions what we are going to provide and which one you are using, nucleophile na, base na, which one you are using. So as I said that there is no distinction na, but their behavior is different. Okay, species are same, their behavior is different. That we will discuss in the factors. So and similarly, what is the nature of alkyl halide? Which alkyl halide you are going to use? Primary na, methyl, secondary na, tertiary. Which alkyl halide you are using? Which base you are using? What solvent you are using? What conditions you are going to provide? All these plays much role in order to get which product is major and which product is minor.